Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another chat about video games. Along with, of course, as always, Exile Magpie.
Hello!
Mainly because he's the only person I can afford to come on the show.
For free.
Yeah, it's free.
Basically.
So, this chat that we're going to have, we're in the 20s, you know. We're getting very close to the 30 mark.
Holy moly.
I know.
So that's over 2 years. No.
Whoa! How many weeks do you think?
I was thinking monthly for some reason. It's weekly.
It's weekly.
It's weekly.
We've not been going that long. So, anyway, this last, weekend...
Yeah, it was basically digital Gamescomm.
Yeah, it was Gamescomm, and then we had the Future Games Show. So we're going to basically talk about those two things. Yeah. We're going to deal with Gamescomm first, because that was up first.
There's a lot of overlap as well with both.
Yeah.
There was a fair few that was shown on one that was shown on the other. So there was stuff like Marvel Avengers, if I get my list right. But I know Call of Duty Black Ops was shown in both. And a few others, but we'll go through them as we can, quickly as we can. Well, I think the thing is also there's so many games we probably won't go over all of them.
Yeah, we're going to go over. I think probably just talk about the ones that really, really interested us, as well as some other things. I kind of want to talk about The Sims. Because there is a little bit about The Sims.
There's a little bit of a backlash.
We'll talk about that when we get to The Sims.
When we get to The Sims. Also, like the big major ones.
Oh yeah,
I think we'll just
I do want to talk about World of Warcraft.
WoW.
Yeah, I want to talk about WoW because that was a gigantic waste of time. There was no need for that.
I think for those who like the lore, they may get something.
Yeah, but why? Right. Okay, so we'll talk about now. Nothing. World of Warcraft.
It was. Basically,
the next expansion.
The next expansion is about
basically what they're doing is they're doing a sort of like a web series.
Yes, and it's what they did. It's what they did with War for Azeroth. They did I think it was the Warbringers or the. Basically, there was 4 characters.
And they
Sylvanas, Jaina, etc.
Yeah. Only difference is they didn't put the first episode on Gamescom.
No, it was released.
It was on its own. It was on its own thing.
Yeah, maybe.
What they did was they showed this is what it is. It's a web series, and we got snippets of each episode. Yeah. Because what they did was they showed off who each basically they just showed off who was going to be in the web series, and they said that each episode was going to follow one of the characters.
Yes. Whereas
this one, we got the first episode. And to be honest with you, for one, I'm not a World of Warcraft fan.
Yeah.
I'm primarily...
This is clear, which means that this was clearly not aimed at you.
This was clearly not aimed at me, Final Fantasy. But here's the thing, if Final Fantasy 14 had done this, I still would have had the same reaction.
Of why?
Why have you put this in here? It makes no sense whatsoever. There's no need for it. These type of things, they are lore expanding. They expand the lore. So if you are somebody who is watching this and you do not care about that game or that lore, it's just a giant waste of time for you.
Yeah, I understand where you.
If I had done it the way they did it the last time, where they just kind of showed off it was basically like an advert for the web series, I would have been perfectly fine with it. But they showed us a bunch of, and even they showed us a bunch of. They showed us the first episode, and quite frankly, I couldn't have cared less.
Yeah.
It's just why have you done this? Did you not have... And then they showed us a trailer for the expansion.
Yeah, Shadowbringers. And it was basically just a bunch of not scenes, but a bunch of clips.
Yeah, basically what all MMOs do when they do a trailer for the next expansion. They show you a couple of new landscapes. Yeah. They show you a couple of new cool magic tricks or stuff like that.
The thing is, right, actually, here's the thing. This is the first episode, and I think they have already gone into, what is expected for people to do in Shadowbringers when it comes.
I don't think it's not
Shadowlands.
Shadowbringers is the It's Final Fantasy.
Shadowlands.
Shadowlands, yeah.
Yeah. Look, I got the first part of it right.
It's got Shadow in the name.
So I think it was just a case of like, oh, by the way, here's Uther. Get hyped. And it's like, well, unless you are massively into the lore, which probably a lot of people are who play WoW, it's not.
I would assume so, yeah.
It's not really going to be something that draws more people into it.
The whole thing for WoW was absolutely pointless.
I think the thing is, it was like they didn't have much extra to give that's already been given out, and they had this slot to fill.
Here's the thing, right? Shadowlands is out very soon. I think it's out like next month and the month after, right? Oh no, this is my point, right? It's out. The people who are going to play WoW have probably either already pre-ordered it or already ready to buy it.
Yeah.
Right? It's not long till it comes out. You don't need to sell this to anybody.
Yeah.
Because for me, this is more Gamescomm than Blizzard. The people who are running Gamescom, like, you have wasted a slot.
Well, no, it depends.
In my opinion.
If they've got, depends what they've done. If they've gone to Blizzard and gone, hey, we give you a slot, put what you want on it, and then they've decided we'll put WoW because WoW's getting released
and WoW's the only thing they've got,
a week or two, then that's down to Blizzard. If game, it depends what.
Okay, very true. Yeah, all right.
I would probably say Blizzard being more.
I think maybe 50-50 to blame it.
Yeah,
because you've waited, and I can understand maybe Gamescom have gone to Blizzard and been like, well, Blizzard Activision, sorry, or Activision Blizzard, we've got a slot for you. Do you want to put anything in there?
And they've gone, yeah.
And then they've gone, yeah. Let's put this weird cartoon. I don't even like. It's like they said it's an animation, but like I'm going to be honest with you. It's like animation. 25 minutes of still pictures with voiceover.
Yes.
And very little motion,
which is exactly what they did with. I'm pretty sure it was called Warbringers.
Yeah.
Basically, the last one they did for. War for Battle for Azeroth.
And they've like I think I said to you just after it was like, one, they didn't need to do it, and two, they could have put anything in. They could have put anything to do with Overwatch 2 or anything to do with Diablo 4.
Yeah,
right?
but
These are two. That's two games.
Have they got anything?
That they announced? I'm genuinely surprised that they haven't done anything for Overwatch 2. It's been
almost a year. BlizzCon was the last Overwatch.
Yeah, it's been
almost a year since
close to a year now since we've heard anything to do with Overwatch 2.
Yeah,
or Diablo 4, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't. We don't need to have like a ton of stuff. I'm not asking you to be like, oh, this is the whole game. This is everything. Like, but you could have been like, yeah. Overwatch 2, it's steady.
I would have thought with them announcing Overwatch 2 last year and knowing that this year is the launch of the next gen consoles, which for some reason is still going ahead. Somehow, even though we don't have a release date.
No, wait. Sony are inviting you to possibly be judged to be able to pre-order a PS5. Fucking Sony.
These are the problems this is the thing. This is why I don't want Microsoft to do terribly. Because Sony pulls shit like this.
The thing is, Microsoft are going to pull this as well.
Oh yeah,
Microsoft is going to do this.
It's almost guaranteed. Microsoft are going to go, no. Microsoft ain't even going to do that. They're just going to magically gift people the chance.
Yes,
we have chosen you to pre-order.
You're just going to get an email.
Yeah,
you have been selected.
To be given the chance to pre-order, so it'll be even less. Like at least Sony's saying, and this is not saying it's a good thing. It's not. It's terrible. But at least Sony are like, just put anyone who's interested, let us know, and we'll see if we can give you the chance to pre-order.
Yeah, it's still awful.
It's still awful. Literally, if you are having to pull this kind of shit,
you have to answer a questionnaire, don't you?
If you are having to pull this kind of shit because your stock is that low, just delay the fucking release.
Yeah. I mean, there's a global pandemic going on. I'm pretty sure people will understand.
Yeah.
You know? I think pretty sure
it gives anyone that's got a game scheduled for...
It's all to do
release,
with... Yeah.
On launch, gives them extra time to, like, tidy the game up.
It's all to do with shares. That's all it is. Because I guarantee if they, like, delay release...
Oh, yeah, the shares
will drop.
Here's the thing, right? If hardly anyone buys them because they don't know how much the fucking thing's going to cost, it's going to... Because the shares are going to fucking tank anyway.
It's the same with, like, what I do. If we close something, we close anything, our shares will drop. So it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, for the place you work for.
Yeah. So anyway...
I was just about to say, just to clarify, you don't actually have shares.
Yeah, no, I don't have shares. I am a pleb.
Yeah. He's a peasant.
I'm not... The good thing for me, though, is I'm not right on the bottom step. I've actually managed to climb up a couple of pegs. I'm not that much higher off the ground. I'd say I'm about 5 foot off the ground now, but I'm not on ground level.
Yeah, I'm around about...
It's took me 5 years to get there.
6, 7, just basically because of my employer. Who my employer is, not.
So...
But, yeah.
Anyway.
So, WoW... It's WoW.
WoW looks like WoW. I will say something. WoW is starting to look... Now, this is just my opinion. Before, in case any WoW fans ever do decide to watch this video. WoW's starting to look, especially the newer stuff, it looks dated. Like, the older stuff that I've seen, like, I look at it and I go, well, yeah, it's dated, but that's because it was made then.
Yeah.
You know?
The thing is like, the graphic style, it has to fit in with the older stuff.
Obviously. Yeah.
Which...
But that's my point.
Which, if you think about it, right, Final Fantasy 14, I'm still impressed, like, how that game looks, considering how old it is.
Yeah. It's a really good-looking game.
It's a nice-looking game. And it's weird, because, like, WoW, Activision Blizzard deliberately went with...
That art. I think it's more the art style.
The art style they went with, because then it didn't age as much. And it hasn't aged as much. If you look at, like, the MMOs that came out around about the same time as WoW, that went for a more realistic look.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't look so...
Oh, they don't look so
Don't look so nice. Oh, actually, some of the RPGs.
Yeah.
Just not even MMOs, just normal bog standard RPGs that came out around about the same time as WoW did. Like, they have not aged well.
No, they have not.
They have not. But yeah, I just feel like Blizzard missed a shot here. Because, like, even just a little bit of hype for those two games. Because they're the next games down the pipeline.
Yeah.
And with Shadowlands coming out soon...
I think the thing... I'm not sure if it was... No, I think it was basically the launch announcement that they decided to do. I'm not 100% sure it was actually known. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. I haven't really followed up on how long, like, the release schedule for Blizzard.
I think it has been.
But anyway, that's the only thing I could say is justify why they would have that in.
Yeah, but we'll move on now because we've bagged on Blizzard.
There was. Well, I think we'll talk about what they showed in both for Black Ops.
You mean nothing? They showed a cutscene.
Yeah, they showed. Yeah, basically, I'm trying to remember what they showed on the first day. Was
we had they had that meeting on the table and Ronald Reagan walked in.
Yes.
Which
and again they went in the 80s at the height of the Cold War. Wait, hang on.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, they had to develop.
Hang on.
The director.
Didn't they say the 70s was the height of the Cold War? Didn't they say the 60s was the height of the Cold War?
Here's the thing. Even historically, they're actually wrong if they're saying the 80s is the height of the Cold War.
I mean, it was still going on.
It was still going on, but the 80s was not the height of the Cold War. The Cold War was coming to an end.
Like,
in the 80s,
shit was starting to really, like, especially at the end. If they stated, like, at the beginning, if this is set, like, 81, 82, then I could probably kind of let them get away with it. But if they go 1987 or 1989, like, shit was hitting the fan in Russia and Eastern Europe then.
When was Reagan president?
I think early 80s or mid 80s.
Early 80s. Okay.
Early or mid 80s. Honestly, it's like...
I'm pretty
sure. I'm trying to remember who followed Reagan. I don't think it was Clinton. I think there was someone in between Reagan and Clinton, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
But yeah.
But anyway.
Ronald Reagan's in it. Actually, not actually Ronald Reagan. That would be.
He looks like
that
Ronald
would be
Reagan.
Quite a feat.
It is a decent model of Ronald Reagan. It looks like Ronald Reagan.
Done their work really well.
And the voice actor is pretty good.
Yeah, whoever they've got for the voice actors done it damn good.
But I mean, to be fair, other than that, we didn't see anything.
Day 2 they did talk about like mission structure and that. Like there's going to be side missions.
Yes.
And it's not going to be corridor, which I'm kind of okay with in a sense, depending on how they implement it, because there are certain times in Call of Duty where the corridors of death are just fucking horrendous. Especially on the higher difficulties. They're just awful.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's just they send so much respawning enemies at you. It's
so much shit. No, but they're also like, there's so much shit, especially on the higher difficulties. Like, you pop your head out. Like, Modern Warfare, the latest one, especially on like the highest difficulty. Hardened, I think it is, or extreme. I can't remember I'm pretty sure it used to be hardened.
Yeah.
Basically the highest one, because I'm a sadist and picked the highest one because I'm an idiot.
Wait, so you played a Call of Duty game on the hardest difficulty?
Campaign, you might say.
Why would you even put yourself through that? It's a poor campaign to begin with.
Because there was a trophy for it.
And then you could... Why? Oh, God.
Because there was a trophy for it, and the last campaign I did was on that difficulty, and the one before that I did was on the highest difficulty. Put it this way. Well, look. It's not as bad as Black Ops and their fucking spamming grenades of doom.
Oh, yes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I remember that. It gets to the point where you think, where are they getting these grenades from?
Yes. It didn't get to the bad, but like, especially, there's a couple of times where literally you pop your head out and instantly you get hit.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus fucking Christ! I don't even have this issue on like on the hardest difficulties of old Doom, where it was bloody trace fucking hit scan when it was hit scan enemies. Just like Jesus Christ! Just take a fucking. Calm the fuck down. Jesus, I want to be able to progress. I'm not even forward, just across the fucking corridor to some extra cover.
I just want to go to that door.
Yeah. So, yeah, the ability to have multiple ways in, multiple ways to progress a level is welcomed, depending on how they implement it.
Yeah, depending
because
on
if it's done poorly, it just makes it just as bad. So...
This is also, I don't think Treyarch are actually doing this one. Because if I remember correctly, I read somewhere a while ago that...
I don't know. I'll have to look it up again.
Treyarch and Activision have actually had like a falling out. So,
over
Sledgehammer...
Black Ops 4.
Over Black Ops.
Well, that's the thing.
So Sledgehammer and... What's the other one?
Infinity Ward.
Yeah, those two have actually come together to...
Modern Warfare is done by Infinity Ward. Treyarch did the last Black Ops. So
Treyarch does the Black Ops series.
It should be Sledgehammer's turn.
Yeah.
To do this one. Because they basically... Like, at least with Call of Duty, and this is the reason why, even though there's a year release every year of COD, like, the game does have a very good standard of polish on it.
Yeah, because it's like...
Instead of like, EA going, oh yeah, you've released a game, now you've got 12 months to make the next one. It's actually a game that's been in development for 3 years. So it should be Sledgehammer that's doing this one, but I need to look back at one because I kind of didn't pay attention for some reason this time.
Yeah, if I remember
primarily because I'm looking at actually I know why, because I found out how much they're charging for the next gen version. $70 fucking dollars. So
it's an extra $10.
Yeah,
it'll be an extra £10. That's what I'll do. It's an extra £10.
Which means they're going to sell it for around about £65, which last time I checked on conversions is more.
Yeah.
Than $70 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You know how they always went on about, we have to have all this monetization, microtransactions, because to keep the price down on the actual game, so that you don't pay more than $60. Yeah, they're still gonna have all that bullshit in. They're still gonna have all that. Still gonna have all the stuff in because it's bullshit. It's just complete talking shit.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. But yeah, I'm gonna say right now, I'm not buying Black Ops.
There's nothing really standing out to make me go, yeah, I want to buy this over Modern Warfare that I've already got.
Yeah, and I just play Warzone.
Yeah.
And that's free.
Yeah.
So I've not given them any money whatsoever.
Exactly.
So I'm fine.
But yeah, it's not like I say, Modern Warfare actually is like,
it's an alright game.
It's a
alright.
decent COD game. It's actually, makes me realise why I enjoyed in like the original Call of Duty 4, why I played that game so much. There's still bullshit in it, but it's.
Who knows? Maybe this will go back to more.
I can ignore the bullshit in.
Maybe they'll stick with that, with what they're doing with the campaign mode in the new one.
Yeah, maybe not.
Right. So what was after Call of Duty?
Unknown 9. If I can remember.
We didn't get anything for that. That was that weird CGI trailer with the. It was like in India.
Yeah.
And then she could see her own death. Mm-hmm. So that's all that was. We got nothing for that. Couldn't tell you what was going on.
We did get gameplay footage. Fuck those double marauders. Doom Eternal.
Oh yes.
The Ascendant God. The Ascension
Old gods.
Yeah, basically. The Ascension Gods. Basically, more Doom.
More Doom.
I mean,
which is not a bad thing.
No,
it's a very good thing.
It's a very good thing.
So it's a new campaign, if I remember correctly.
It's a new campaign. It's probably set after.
I would assume so.
You beat the Icon of Sin.
Yeah, but it looks like we're actually going after.
Pretty much all the gods.
Yeah, we're going after the gods now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, to be honest, we just.
I mean, once you kill the Icon of Sin, I mean, there's only one way to go.
And we've kind of pissed off everyone who.
And Doomslayer is the first-person shooter version of Kratos.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Just angry.
Yeah.
Just angry because you have to be angry to do what he does to those demons.
But yeah, more ripping and tearing. I mean, what's there not to like? I am kind of hoping that they have a little sneaky level builder shoved away in it as well, because I liked I couldn't use it for Toffee, but people were really, really good at making proper, like, really good.
On Doom, was that
Doom 2016?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they somehow manage to wrangle that back in, because that'd be great. But yeah, there wasn't much in detail, but it's more Doom Eternal.
It's just more Doom.
It's more Doom Eternal. I mean,
if you like Doom, so there you go.
Anyway, from that they went to Dragon Age 4. I have a giant red flag for this because they showed.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about this.
There was no gameplay.
They did.
There was no.
No. Right. They did exactly the same thing that they did with Anthem at that E3 before release.
Yeah.
When they were still making actually, and
this is a pattern that EA are starting to do.
So I'm a little bit worried about this because especially for BioWare, I was never into Mass Effect.
Yeah, you would.
I really liked Dragon Age. Dragon Age Origins is one of my favorite Western RPGs.
Yeah.
And so as much as Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition, I mean they get the plaudits from critics and that, and they do have their fans. Mm-hmm. They're still good games. I still hold them as good games. But if I compare them to Origins is a much better RPG in all sense of the words. Because at the end of the day, Inquisition and 2, you can just hack and slash your way through that game.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
really.
It's more.
There's
more. It's more action.
And I also prefer the story.
Yeah.
In one. Also, there's a lot more fun in Origins. There's scenes where you have to break out of prison in basically your underwear.
Yeah.
And stuff
the thing is, if you look at Origins, right? And it's more of an old school RPG in the fact that if you just look at the dialogue choices,
the
way you choose dialogues, there's a list. It comes up with a list of like how you can respond to each thing. I think 2 and the Inquisition, it's the Mass Effect 4 fucking things.
Yes.
And I hate that streamlining. I hate that streamlining because anything in a role-playing game that takes away options is not a good option. It's not a good thing, in my opinion. It reduces the ability to role-play. And it's a role-playing game. You're supposed to be playing this character or playing you in this character sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's it's like one of the reasons why Fallout 4 is despite a decent game, it's a terrible Fallout game.
Yeah.
Harking back to that thing. And Dragon Age, I'm like, I don't like it worked for Mass Effect because it was there from the very beginning. You weren't playing your character. You were
Commander Shepard.
You were playing Commander Shepard in this story.
Yeah.
And there was basically like only so many ways you would go. Either you would go Renegade or you would go Paragon.
Yeah.
So, fine. But that's a decision from the very start of that series. With Dragon Age, it wasn't. It was basically like, oh, well, Mass Effect was really popular. We're going to shoehorn this thing in to the sequels of Dragon Age Origins because Origins wasn't as popular as Mass Effect. Yeah, Mass Effect was a sci-fi RPG. It's going to be popular.
But yeah, we didn't see any sort of gameplay. We just saw development.
Yeah, we saw development. We saw environments
and a lot of art.
Environments.
A lot of art.
And I just want to point out that this is something EA developers are starting to. There's a pattern here. Did it with Anthem. Did it with the first Battlefield. Not Battlefield. Star Wars Battlefront. They did that with the first Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
And they do it with a lot of their games, like where you don't really see the intricacy ins and outs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a big red flag. I'm kind of worried, especially since it's getting to the point where EA's starting to probably look to munch on their
just dissolve and just like consume BioWare.
It's been a few months since
my worry for this Dragon Age is that the fact that it's gone more action as it's gone along.
Yeah.
And so my worry is that this one I'm going to end up playing Devil May Cry.
I don't think it'll be that good though. That's the thing.
No, that's what I mean. Like I'm going to be playing like a game that's attempting to be Devil May Cry.
Yes. No. It'll attempt to be Age of Agmar or Algmar or whatever it is. Reckoning.
Oh, Kingdoms of Amalur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try to be that.
Oh, I hope not. I love that. Oh, that game comes out soon. Next week.
Reckoning.
Next week. September 9th, people.
Yeah, kind of starting to see some red flags. It's been, 3 years now of just...
I think 2 years ago... 2 years ago, we got the announcement thing of that stupid weird wolf thing.
Yeah, but it's been like... We've seen... Oh, no. We did actually see what... I'm assuming the prototype of the combat, whether you had the shield and the...
Yeah, and the sword.
So there's like some abilities shown. It's very over the shoulder.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot more action. A lot more action-y.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like... It's a crowded market for action RPGs. Yeah. Especially if you do not nail your combat. If you do not nail your combat, you're in trouble.
That's true.
And let's be honest, story-wise, BioWare aren't the giant. BioWare's BioWare's not the giant. That BioWare's crown of storytelling has kind of been taken off them because of the past couple of things.
Yeah.
So big worry. But from that, we got the release date for Surgeon Simulator. I was about to say Stimulator.
Which is quite good. They had
Surgeon Simulator.
Yeah, Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Yeah. But yeah, Surgeon Simulator, 4-player co-op. I think we've discussed this before.
Yeah.
I think it was released the day after.
Yes.
It was pretty much one of those, like, yeah, by the way, we're releasing now, so it's out now, people can get it. It's going to be chaotic and frustrating in equal measures because it's Surgeon Simulator. I keep trying to say stimulator. I mean, to be perfectly
you want
honest,
those stim packs. That's
yeah,
what it is.
I mean, to be perfectly
you
honest,
want those stim
to
packs.
be perfectly honest, because of the game it is, it's totally
It's
on
fine.
brand.
It's fine.
It's on brand. I don't think there's anything extra we saw. I mean,
Little Nightmares 2, we saw the gameplay trailer of that.
yes, Little Nightmares 2 looks really, really
we also
good.
got the release date. I think it's like
October?
February. No, it's next year.
Oh, is it next year?
Yeah, I know it's definitely next year. I think it was like February. They said February 2021.
Okay, that's fine. Cooperative. I mean,
it looks 10 times creepier than
that's the
original
thing.
one.
Little Nightmares is a horror game in the sense that it's a tension building horror, and it's literally like you are the bottom of the food chain. Everything here will kill you.
Its art style and its aesthetic, it's all really creepy as well. It's really good.
It's unsettling.
Yeah, everything about it is so
unsettling.
cool. I want to know who the new guy is with the box on his head.
Yes.
I would like to know that.
Also something else that was shown. Summer Max. It's virtual.
Yeah, a
VR
VR Summer Max game.
Yeah.
To which you can pick up Sam. No, I think it's Max. Max is the rabbit. You can pick up Max and throw him out the dartboard.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Summer Max is hilarious.
They are fun point-and-click games.
Yeah.
They are very fun.
And to see what they can do with... I think it's going to be on the same kind of level as Rick and Morty, the VR game for Rick and Morty, which is... It is fun, and it definitely hits its points for people who would get that game, Rick and Morty fans. So I think it'll be... I mean, it will, in a sense, it'll be like that sort of thing. It's like, it's going to be fun, and it'll hit the marks for those who like Summer Max with its humour and jokes. So, yeah, more Summer Max. Can't say no to that.
With the Medal of Honor.
Oh, yeah, speaking of VR, Medal of Honor. A game
Above and Beyond.
A game that looks amazing, probably is going to be really good, but not a lot of people are not going to get it because it's on Oculus.
Yeah, it's just on Oculus at the moment. I'd be surprised if it doesn't come to the other VR systems. Vive and PlayStation.
PlayStation VR. It might come to PlayStation VR. There's a lot of control finesse that I don't know.
That's very true, actually.
We haven't actually... We're getting a PlayStation VR because we've come into... Well, you've got a bonus on your work.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's because everywhere's been shut, I've had nowhere to spend my money. So
that is very true.
I've just been saving money for...
So we've decided to go half as sort of thing. And we're going to try out VR. Well, at least I am.
I'll try it out. See if it works with my eyes. If it works, if I can do it, I'll do it. But it's fine.
We cannot.
Because someone's going to have to play the horror games.
Yes,
in VR, because you're not going to do it.
Yes, that's very true. But yeah, we won't know until we try it.
Yeah.
And VR is cool. Let's be honest.
Wow.
I find the concept of VR cool, especially with some of the stuff you can do in it.
That's very true. Yeah,
it's very amazing.
I'll give you that.
And I'm pretty sure, is it Steam that does the Vive? Because it's Facebook that has Oculus, which is what this is. Medal of Honor's coming out on, and they've turned around and went, "Yeah, you need a Facebook account now. You know that thing we promised would never happen. Yeah, you need it now." Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I want that toxic. Yeah, I want that toxic swamp to be associated with my VR
it could be worse. It could be Twitter. I'm just throwing that out. Twitter is much, much worse when it comes to cesspools of horribleness in the world.
Oh no, Twitter is really, really bad. I admit that. Twitter is really, really bad.
Facebook's bad. Facebook is bad, but I've not had as bad an experience on Facebook as I've seen on...
Yeah, but when was the last time you were on Facebook?
It was a very long time ago.
Exactly.
That's very true.
Believe me. Facebook and Twitter, there is no difference in those swaps.
I wrote I wrote off social media once, like Instagram, Twitter, all those other ones came up, because it's come to a point now where it's like, if you don't have all of these apps on your phone, you're nobody. So I'd rather just be a nobody and get on with my life than have to deal with like, oh my god, I don't look good in this picture, or like those stupid pictures that people put in an Instagram where they're like, where they've clearly already done themselves up and they said, I've just got out of bed. No, you haven't. Nobody looks like that when they get out of bed.
Yeah. No. The point I'm making is like, no, Facebook is just as bad as Twitter.
Yeah.
It's an absolute cesspool. Both cesspools.
I'll give you that.
Both are cesspools. There's really not much.
Social media should not be involved in games in that way.
No.
I think social media should just be, for games, should just be used as advertising.
We all know why Facebook are doing it, because of people are leaving Facebook in their droves. Because it is such a cesspool, and it's like, we need more people to join us. Well, all these people have an Oculus and they don't have a Facebook account. We'll force them to have a Facebook account then. Yeah, and the quote they came out with, you can still play your games, but if you don't have a Facebook account, feature quality or something like that. Basically, the game may not run perfectly.
Well, how the fuck does that work?
Because basically you won't get the updates.
Ah, I see how they've done it.
Yeah.
Ah,
so basically,
clever.
What they will do.
Clever boys.
What they will do is they will basically, just before 2021 cutoff date, they will do something, and the Oculus Rift, if you don't have a Facebook account, will run like shit.
Yeah.
That is what they will do.
Yeah. I see what they've done. Tech
companies have already proven they're willing to do that. Apple do it to their iPhones. When they have a new one out, they make the other ones run like shit.
Alright, yeah, I see what they've done now. They
deliberately slow down their older versions. They've got caught in it, and it's like, yeah, they're not the only ones that do it. Facebook will be the same.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but so back onto the game. It looks really good.
It looks. This is the biggest disappointing thing about it. It looks really, really, really good. There's a scene where a guy throws an MP40 to you, you catch it, cock it, and just start. No, you don't even do that. You catch it, bash the guy next to you in the face with it, and then start mowing everyone else down. It's like, oh,
it looks so cool. Some of the stuff.
It's like, oh, it looks so good. It looks so good.
I don't see it being an Oculus, just Oculus.
I think with EA,
because it's EA.
Yeah, EA
are gonna want the money from other places.
I think it'll be a timed exclusive, and especially if the figures for Oculus drop, EA will turn around and go, yeah, no, we're releasing this on.
Yeah, we're releasing these on the other ones.
At the first opportunity, we're releasing it on there. Yeah. And I think there's a non-VR version coming out as well.
That'll be alright.
Which would be great.
It's nice to see, to be honest with you, it is really nice to see Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see Medal of Honor.
Especially World War II. Medal of Honor.
No. World War II. But, like, considering how many Call of Duties that we've gone through over the years, and we've not really had a Medal of Honor.
Yes.
It's just nice to see that game.
Yeah.
Just see that name just come up. It's just, I don't know what it was. I just saw it and I was just like,
and
I like this.
The people behind it are Respawn.
And also the people, like the heads of the game, are people who were on the original.
Yeah. And they're fans of the Medal of Honor franchise.
Allied Assault, I think.
And Respawn, at the moment, Respawn
are EA's little golden child at the moment. They're the ones that are making the games that are making EA money.
Yeah. And EA seem to be at the moment not getting their hands meddling with them.
I think they've learned from Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars.
Well,
I think they've learned from there that maybe if we just let them, if we ask them to do a game and then just let them make it,
we'll fingers crossed they have.
Fingers crossed
they have learned their lesson. I highly doubt it. It's EA.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else was there? But yeah, Medal of Honor looks really, really good.
It just sucks that it's on Oculus.
It really sucks it's on Oculus. And the thing was, like, Oculus was like the mid-level. Like, the PlayStation VR is your bottom dollar. Like, it's the cheapest one, but it's workable. It's basically it does the job. It does the job. Oculus was like your mid ground, and then Vibe was like, yeah, by the way,
this is top tier.
Fucking an entire like scan body fucking sees where you are thing. So it's a bit of a shame Facebook have done this.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised, but again, it's like, could you just stop being a fucking devouring, ravenous corporate shit show, please?
Please.
Could you just stop? Just this once. Just stop.
Yes. Just once. Was The Sims on Gamescom, or was that Future Game Show?
No, it was. It was on Games. I think it was on both, but it's...
So, right, we'll go into... Right, actually,
we're not going in order because it's...
We'll go... Right, can I just... Do you mind?
Yeah. Crash 4. I think
Crash
we'll do something good before we go into the...
Alright, we'll do two things before Crash 4. Is this... Yeah, that's Gamescom. Okay, so first off... Okay, very quickly, because this is how quickly it was on the actual show, the Godfall little teaser thing that they did was like 20 seconds and didn't show anything.
Nope.
Apart from a new armor set.
The new armor set will show kind of like a bug.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
I was getting Mask Rider
vibes. Which is fine. You're a big Mask Rider fan.
We had WWE Battlegrounds, which just like the more I see it,
the less you want it.
The more I just look at it like, oh god, it looks terrible. Like the look of the people in that game, they all look like they've been molded into clay dolls, and people have just left fingerprints all over them. They're not pretty. I'm sorry, they're not.
I don't understand.
They did a little Outriders little trailer, which at the moment it's getting kind of mixed reviews. Outriders.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Outriders is. I saw that. I thought it was Remnant.
Yeah.
From the Ashes. I thought it was because the new DLC's just come out.
Yeah.
So I thought it was that.
Nope. No, it is not.
Teardown.
By the way, there's another page on that.
Is it?
Yeah, not that way.
Oh god. Oh, there. Oh my god, there's so much.
Yeah, like I say,
this is why I'm kind of like just running off all the short things.
There's so many, but we'll go. Like I'm saying, we're not going to go through everything because there's just too much.
Yeah, okay.
Just the stuff we wanted to talk about. So let's go with the Star Wars, the Sims.
Yeah, let's get the Sims out of the way. So, did you know that they did a poll? EA actually did a poll of what people would want in the Sims.
No, I did not.
Right? Yeah, they did a poll. Right?
I guess Star Wars was not high on that list.
No, it was on the list. Where do you think it ended?
Bottom?
It finished bottom. The least requested thing from Sims fans.
When was this poll done?
This was way before.
Ah, right.
Not way before. I think it was after the last sort of thing that came out.
So
basically, what they said was what they did was they did a poll for what do they want next? What do the Sims fans want next?
Like the tourist / holiday island thing.
Yeah, I think that's when it came out.
Yeah.
So they did a poll of what Sims fans would like next in Sims 4.
Yeah,
and obviously, right, Sims 4 has had a really bad time. It's been having a bad time since it got released.
Because there's a lot of features that were in Sims 3 that weren't there.
Yeah,
and the DLC thing
is terrible.
It's getting to paradox.
It's like I think you need 800 quid
to get everything.
To get absolutely everything in the game.
It's just like
okay. Well, here's the thing. So first off, there's a lot of base stuff that are in like Sims 3 and Sims 2 and Sims 1 that have been took out of the game and then put back in as DLC.
Yeah, which pisses people off.
Which has obviously pissed people off, right? There's still a bug that if you have a darker skin tone, so say like you want to put yourself in the game, if you have a darker skin tone, it messes up your skin. A lot of people have had like it doesn't come out as like dark or even like tanned. It comes out as like this weird ashy sort of colour.
Oh.
So that's been a problem, which has still not been fixed.
Oh, that'd be one of the first things that should be fixed.
Yeah.
Why is that still a thing?
Babies in the game are just an object. That's not an actual sim. Right? There's no school. There's no school life. So like in Sims, you can have babies in Sims 3, you can have a baby.
Yeah.
Get a relation, have a baby, and that baby will grow up and even go to school.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Sims 4 where like the younger member of the family goes to school. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I mean, nothing happens.
I think you have to buy it.
And nothing happens. Like, they just basically go onto a bus and leave and nothing happens.
Yeah.
I think what you may be on about is, like, I'm pretty sure Sims 3 you could be a teenager or a school child and actually go to
that's
school.
what I mean. That's what I mean. That's it. No, what I'm saying is, like, the actual baby is just an object.
Yeah.
Like, you don't actually do anything with the baby. You don't look after it. It's just an object. It's just in its crib. And then every now and then you just pick it up. And then put it back.
Okay.
Like, you don't, like in Sims 3, you would actually look after the baby.
Yeah,
this time,
feed it,
this time, no, you just pick it up and put it down and sort of stuff. There's a lot of problems with Sims 4. Right?
Yeah.
As I found out, because I generally, when I saw the Star Wars thing, I thought, like, that's another thing. Let's have a look into this. Let's have a look and let's see how much the whole thing is. So for us, over here, it's roughly about 760 quid.
Jesus.
For absolutely everything.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Because there's 9 add-on packs that are like 40 quid.
Yeah.
Then there's another 9 like add-on packs that are 20 quid. Okay. And then there's another, I think, 10 that are 10 quid. Right? It's rough going.
And people complain. But here's the thing, right? People complain about Paradox with their Hearts of Iron, Europa, Crusader Kings, which Crusader Kings 3 gets released tomorrow. Crusader Kings 3. Looking forward to that. But people complain about Paradox's like monetization of their games, and it's like, yeah, but you're buying something. Usually, right, you get something that drastically changes the game.
Yeah.
Like, and even then, it doesn't come up to the price that this is coming up to.
Yeah.
And some of it is just like extra fucking skins and.
Yeah, the £10 packs, they're like just extra clothes.
Extra clothes
and maybe some furniture. Like nothing that massive. The 20 quid ones are like, I feel sorry houses and like buildings.
I'm starting to feel really sorry for Sims fans because it's like.
Yeah. This is what I mean. Like, I had a look into it, and then I found, because if you go on the Reddit or if you go on the social media, the Twitter for The Sims, the fans are not happy that Star Wars is thing.
So what was the number one? What was the
number one? Was hotels. People wanted hotels to come in the game because you could run a hotel in Sims 3.
Yeah.
That was one of the jobs you could do.
Yeah.
So they wanted hotels. Underneath that, I think, was school life.
Yeah.
And underneath that was like relationships, babies, and all that sort of stuff. Right?
Right.
They were the top 3. Star Wars came right at the very bottom at number 21.
Oh God!
So it's not even. Here's the thing: for some of the fans who have got it, what they've said is it's basically just an advert for the like the theme park area in Disney World for Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yes, it is.
It's nothing else.
I saw the trailer and went, yeah, that's literally what they're. And here's the thing as well, and I said to you, because I didn't know all this backlog of like the issues that people have.
I didn't. I only found out because I decided to look into all the packs and that.
So I went and have you noticed all of its new trilogy stuff, which no one likes?
Yeah.
And no one likes the new trilogy. The new trilogy was salvageable after The Last Jedi, and then The Rise of Skywalker decided to shoot itself in the head.
Let's just
and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with EA's license, but they seem to want to push
the new stuff,
the new trilogy.
I think EA's philosophy by the looks of things is like, oh, it's new, so it's people are gonna want it.
Yeah,
because it's the new
because
stuff.
it's like a lot of it like the units are there's nothing from the original trilogy that I saw in the trailer.
No,
all the stormtroopers were first order troopers. No classic stormtroopers.
Yeah. No
clone troopers, and it's just like the fucking you had Kylo Ren and Rey, and it's like, why on earth are you still
like first of all, why
forcing this?
Why are you pushing Rey and Kylo?
Yeah.
For one, like if you've not learned anything from the new trilogy, nobody cares about Rey and nobody cares about Kylo.
No.
Like, quite simply, nobody cares about them.
The movie had 3 chances to make people care about them.
And failed.
The movie failed 3 times.
I mean, they literally, at some points, you generally think that the movies are literally trying to make you not care about these characters. But anyway.
But yeah, the fact that, like, they had a poll of over 20 things, and the Star Wars one finished bottom.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And that's the thing they decided to add, and it's like, and I know why. It's a fucking cosmetic.
Yeah,
it's a cosmetic. There's not much. There's no like internally changing thing of like potentially massively changing the game. Like if they added hotels, the amount of stuff they'd have to put in to make it work properly would drastically change the way some people would play their game. And that's what people want.
Yeah.
It's just...
What
was the point of having the poll? Since obviously they knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, you're just like...
Can you imagine the boardroom, or the first meeting after that poll comes out, and they told, yeah, you're doing Star Wars. And they go, but... Look, no one wants
Nobody wants Star Wars.
No one wants
Here's the thing. Nobody in the Sims community wanted Star Wars. And no one from Star Wars wanted a Sims bloody mod thing.
No. No, it's just like everyone in the Star Wars community is like just basically going, okay, you've got Star Wars Squadrons coming out. We're going to save our judgment till it comes out, and then we may start getting hype about other things. But at the moment, you're not Respawn. You're not, and we can clearly tell this is the Frostbite engine. We can clearly tell this is basically a more tuned to space combat Battlefront engine.
To be fair, with Squadrons, at least this explains why there's no space combat in Battlefront.
No, Battlefront 2 has space combat.
No, I mean
none of the battles that we actually want.
Yeah.
Just none of the battles that we want.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Good space combat.
It's
EA, man, they're so out of touch with people. It's now becoming comical. The thing
was, like, people are actually excited about. We're actually like kind of happy with the way The Sims was going with the introduction to the Tropical Island thing.
Yeah, because I think people thought they were going to be getting like the hotels, and they were going to start getting
this. They were starting to go and get the stuff that they.
Because when you think about it, like, oh, it's the Tropical Islands. Well, why wouldn't you have hotels on there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, so it's not exactly what we want, but it's going in the direction that we want it to go.
Yeah, it's going.
And then all of a sudden, we're going to add Star Wars solely because it's a giant.
Because Disney
it's a giant advertisement that you pay for.
Because Disney are paying us. That's why we're putting this
this is the thing. I think people wouldn't be as pissed if they were like, yeah, for free we're giving you this because it's a giant advert. But no. It's an advert that you pay us for.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
EA.
Honest to God, if I could get my hands wrapped around Android
it's because they're so far out of touch from the actual fans now that it is generally it's comical. Like, you can't help but laugh at this sort of stuff anymore. Because, like, it's just, like, how you keep saying to yourself, well, EA aren't going to get any worse, because, like, they literally can't get any worse. And then somehow, some magical way, they find, like, a hole even deeper to jump down.
Than the one they're digging.
Yeah, it's become, like, I'm telling you now, Like Madden 21.
Oh.
That's just come out. And that is just, it's a fucking joke.
I have...
Absolute joke.
I have Madden 13 ? That's on the PS3.
We have an old
PS3 Madden game. And I've seen people play and criticize and like complain about the stuff that's in Madden 21, and I'm like, yeah, that shit's still happening.
That's in Madden 13.
Like, characters will just like, you know what I say about the collision system?
Yeah.
It overrides everything,
yeah.
regardless of how stupid the collision system will make it.
Aye.
Yeah, that's still there in Madden. Like, in FIFA, it's bad because it overrides like where you want to move a player, even if where you want to move that player is away from where the collision was going to happen. Like, it just goes like, no, this has to be colliding now. In Madden, it will basically have players clip through players to collide with players. They go on about, this is the thing, they go on about this like magical fucking like animations system,
what I like,
which will like on the fly adapt, and it's like, no, it's not. They're canned animations.
What I like the most is the fact that every time they release a new sports game, this is every year they go, oh, it's even more realistic. Yeah, because it's realistic for a person to jump 3 feet to the left and then end up on the right. That's realistic, isn't it, EA? It's realistic for somebody when I'm playing FIFA for my player to just magically turn around on the ball for no apparent reason
and then to get tackled
and then deliberately get tackled. That's realistic.
Or it's so realistic that a player that's about to sack a quarterback will actually face through him instead of sacking him.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how realistic.
Because the quarterback's throwing animation just started. Or it's realistic that the AI quarterback will run into the halfback who's blocking for him, will run in, stop, because his AI can't handle the fact that he can't move any further.
Yeah. And
then throw a ball magically through 3 players to the opposition.
We're ragging on EA a lot here.
They deserve it. I'm sorry.
They deserve it.
They've released. I mean, they released FIFA 20 last year in a mess. They've released Madden 21 this year in an even worse mess because the actual gameplay is terrible. They deserve it. They deserve to be slated. And the problem is because EA, because the license people who give out these licenses, like FIFA, the NFL, etc., all they care about is who gives them the most money.
Yeah.
The EA will get it over and over again.
Oh.
They don't really care about how good the game is. Because if they did, they would be looking at the massive amount of complaints that these games are getting now. Like, the whole thing of like, yeah, this is just a skin. I'm paying $60.
It's not even a skin. You could argue now that it's like you're just paying
a downgrade.
You're paying $60 for possibly a patch.
Yeah.
Possibly a patch.
Or a downgrade.
Like, you're not. I would argue that you're not even paying for.
They went on about like skills, like special skills that certain players have in Madden when they I think last E3.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, this new feature. No, it fucking isn't.
Yeah.
You had that in the PS3 game.
Here's the thing, like they go on about these new features that they're like, these players all have skills. Yeah, you mean all those things that nobody ever fucking uses. Nobody uses them.
No.
Nobody ever uses them.
What I'm saying is like for example, the example I'm giving is like when they went on about like Eamon Holmes is able to like pinpoint a throw.
Yeah.
Right. That was available on the PS3 ones.
Yeah.
That was they had all those different like symbols, like a really fast winger would have like a wing.
Yeah.
So like, oh yeah, he's really a foot with like it was Hermes sandal sort of thing. Well, he's really fast. You know, his stats are that good that he's got these special things. That's all it was. It's not new. That's not EA. I don't think EA have added a new feature to their sport games Since introduction of...
I would say since the
analog.
last gen.
No, since basically, like, analog controls. The actual 360 controls on FIFA, and the, like, hit motions on Madden. The hit stick on NHL. Since then, I don't think they've properly added a actual new feature apart from Ultimate Team.
Woo.
They haven't. It's frustrating as hell. Like that EA is just basically releasing a shoddy version of the previous game year after year now.
Yeah.
And the only competition they have is fucking Konami. Fucking Konami.
Oh, for football.
Probably.
Oh, I don't know. That Captain Hayabusa.
I'm tempted to get a Captain Hayabusa.
I want to get
I
that
am
game.
tempted to get Captain Hayabusa because at least when bullshit happens, it's going to be anime bullshit and supposed to actually happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so frustrating.
You can triple team a shot. You can do. There's something called a V power or something like that. And you can triple team the shot.
I don't care about that. All I want is the game to actually work as intended, not be some.
No, that's what I'm saying. This Captain.
I know what I mean is when I press a button, I want
it to work.
I want it to work. You know, when I pass to the winger, I want it to pass to the winger, not the striker who's offside, because offside fucking overrides fucking everything.
Oh, FIFA, man. I'm going to pass the ball. Why did you pass? Oh, that guy's offside. That's why you passed it.
And that happens when you have fucking assists off. That's even when you have assists off. It's like, what the fucking hell? It should be going in the direction, at least in the direction I'm pointing at. But no. But yeah, FIFA.
Anyway,
yeah.
So let's move on.
Let's move on.
Poor Sim.
Rant.
I feel bad for you, Sim
fans. Sim fans.
You'll get there eventually.
You're having to deal with what the vast majority of actual people who actually care about their actual sport games.
Yeah.
Unlike the...
It's like EA just don't want to make games anymore. Do you reckon they're going the way of... They're trying to do Konami and just like make slot machines?
To be honest, I wish they would.
I
wouldn't have to really put up with their shit if they did.
I just want somebody to buy Dead Space off them. I just want somebody to buy Dead Space off them.
Yeah. So yeah, Sims. Like I say, I wasn't aware of this whole mess.
Neither was I. Like I said, when
Sims 4.
When I went to look,
like,
I saw.
I knew people went whenever Sims 4 was brought out. It was like Sims 4, it's shit. Sims 3 is much better. I didn't know how bad it was.
Yeah, by the sounds of things, of what I've read, Sims 3
I knew vanilla Sims 4 was really bad. People really complained about that, but I thought like with some of the expansions that got better. I was like, oh no, they're kind of still pissed at that.
Yeah, people are still pissed.
They're still kind of pissed.
I mean, granted, I would still be pissed if the skin colour of my character kept turning to ashy grey. That's...
So, from that, we'll go on to something that looks really good. 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And they have a star-studded
cast they've
now.
got William Dafoe.
William Dafoe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've still no idea what that game is.
It's... Right, the premise is that you're playing a 12-minute loop. I don't know how that's going to work. But it's one of those where like the concept is interesting enough, and I think it's only on Xbox and Xbox Series X.
Yes.
Xbox One and Xbox
Which means
Series
it'll probably come to PC. So.
Yeah, most likely. But it is a damn interesting concept. Like, and the whole thing, like they showed like so many different, like in the trailer, so many different
scenarios,
like potential outcomes from these 12 minutes. It's definitely one to keep an eye on. And it'll be interesting how its concept is definitely interesting, and it's probably going to give a unique experience.
Yes.
Which is, not everyone's going to like, but I'm interested. It's going to be. I think it's probably going to be actually. It's looking like one of the good indies.
Yeah.
Coming out.
It does look really, really interesting. It's going on time loop. Lamnus.
Yes, Lemnis Gate.
Lemnis Gate.
Lemnis Gate.
I really like that idea. Like I already know I will not be able to play that game for the life of me.
So the basic premise is
it's a turn-based sort of like strategy game.
First-person strategy game.
Yeah, where it's PvP. So one person. So say it's me versus you.
Yeah.
I will go. You've basically got to get this ball.
Yeah.
Into your portal.
Yeah.
So I'll go pick up the ball, put it in my paw, and then it's your turn.
Yeah.
And what you have to do in those 25 seconds is stop me and take the ball.
Yeah.
Put it in your paw. And then it's my turn, and then I have to stop your character from killing mine. And then it eventually just ends up with just...
Yeah, I think there's like, what, 5 rounds, they said?
Yeah.
It's like 5 rounds, and you can have 1v1 or 2v2.
Yes.
Which would be friggin' chaotic. And the thing is like, even if a character dies, even if like a turn character dies by the actions of another the opposition, what they've said is like there's a ghost feature, so basically that those actions still play out because on the next turn you may be able to save them from dying, and therefore their actions will count.
Yeah,
it's really, really, really interesting.
It is. This is why I'm saying I will never be able to play this game.
Also, the other feature they showed off was the drone. So I think when it's not your turn, you will have a drone.
There's a spectator mode.
Yeah, there's a spectator mode, but also like, I think the person whose not turn it is can have the drone and look and see what's going on, so they can like plan what their next move is. Really, really interesting. I mean, it is definitely like completely out there. No one else is doing anything like this. It's definitely unique in the sense of a first-person shooter / strategy game.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think there's going to be quite a esports scene with this.
Possibly, yeah.
I hope it does. I'm really hoping it does really well because I want to see that as an esport. I want to see like people on the top of the apex players of this, and see what amazing crap they do. Just like they're just a ridiculous because you can guarantee there'll be people who like pre-shot a fucking sniper rifle, and then someone's going to run into it on the next turn, like as just an absolute ace play.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I can't. I can't really wait for watching people play that game. Yeah. I think it's going to be one of those games that I enjoy watching people play more than I do actually playing it. Though.
What else? Oh, going back to Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga was real, and it's not just like a HD of the original games.
Yeah,
it's an actual rebuild of the entire franchise, which is good. The one thing I'm kind of disappointed in is that they're going to have voiceovers, and I'm like, no, don't do that. That was the whole fun of the games, right? The humor, the visual humor that the Lego Star Wars games had was perfect.
Yeah.
Like the fact that to reveal that he was Luke's father, he
just took out a Polaroid picture. Is just like
It was a family photo. It's just like, oh, it's great. It was brilliant. The humor in like the original Star Wars, the Lego Star Wars, the original trilogy, and Star Wars, Lego Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
So Lego Star Wars trilogy was the prequel trilogy, and then
they did the original.
Then they did the original Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, and the humor in those two was perfect.
Yeah, they were on point.
They were on goddamn point. It was brilliant.
I do like the Lego games for their humor.
Yeah,
they do have really good humor.
I think it's kind of lost a step with the voiceovers because it's now more like talking humor, like quips and jokes, and it's like I miss that. Like
a lot of the slapstick humor is like in the background now.
Yeah. And I miss that visual humor that the Lego Star Wars games gave me. So yeah, but it looks really good. It looks quite polished. It's a Lego game, so it's going to be very.
It's going to be more Lego.
Yeah, it's going to be more Lego game.
So that's fine. I'm not going to be getting that game because it has the latest trilogy. So and I want nothing to do with that. I refuse to give money to that.
So, let's see what else is there. There's a HD remake of Age of Empires 3.
Yes.
So people who like that. I mean, a lot of people
dump on Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition.
Yeah, Definitive Edition.
It's not just they're given two new.
Yeah, you've got two new, the Swedes
and the Inca.
The Inca, as two new factions. The Age of Empires 3 definitely doesn't get highly praised as 2.
Yeah,
and that's because it followed after 2.
That's because it came after 2.
Because Age of Empires 2 was and still is fucking amazing. Well, yeah, I didn't get it when it was released. I don't think it got released on consoles, and it was released at a time where I didn't have a PC that was able to play that. I mean, the only reason why I had Age of Empires 2 is because it got released on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe I'll have a look at that. It's coming out on all consoles and PC, so
yes,
that's pretty good. I may not be coming out on the Switch. I don't think I remember seeing the Switch symbol. So it might not be on the Switch, which is a shame.
Actually, saying that, was there anything from Nintendo?
Nothing from Nintendo, but I'm pretty sure there was a couple of games that were for Switch that were coming out also on Switch.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Little Hope.
Yes, that is the next game in the so Menemedan.
Yeah,
it's the next one on from that.
Yeah,
it's like another horror movie. I had a lot of fun playing Menemedan with my friends. So I'll probably be getting this and hoping to get like a group together for us to play that. I really enjoyed Menemedan. I didn't enjoy it when I was on my own.
Yeah,
it's definitely not these are not games that I would ever suggest playing your own, because unless you're like, I would say maybe it's a game that you could stream if you were a streamer, and probably like, but like if you're just sat on your own playing it, I really doubt it's going to be fun. But the fact that you can do a 5-player offline thing, which is what you can do with Menemedan, it is really, really good. It's a lot of fun doing it that way. And the online one, because it's only 2-player online for some bizarre reason, I don't really know.
Probably because
because
depends on the
way it's done in Menemedan is like you're both doing something at the same time. Yeah, they're both happening at the same time. So I think
it's like the code, basically how well the online code is.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe the offline it's done much more like a movie. So you will do everything
in order.
You'll see what every character does. On the offline one, whereas online you'll only see what character.
But yeah, it's because this is meant to be a trilogy, isn't it?
No, it's an anthology.
An anthology.
It's called the Anthology. This is the second in the anthology.
Yeah, and these are the people that did Until Dawn.
Until Dawn, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, the second one. I mean, I've not played.
That was all right. Like I said, if you played Until Dawn, it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah. There's tons of different outcomes and tons of different.
Yeah, but this actually folds on from.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, does it not?
It does not. It's a completely different story.
So, all right. These are all. You don't have to have played the previous one.
The only similar thing, the only thing that will connect them is that basically each game's going to start. You basically start off in I think it's like a library, and there's this guy.
Right. But you don't need to have played the.
But you don't need to have played Menemedan to play this one.
Yeah, that's good. Let's see, what else did we have? We had Fall Guys Season 2.
Medieval fantasy.
I want that dragon's costume. I want that dragon costume.
I want the knight. That's
costume. Fine. You can have the knight. I'll get the dragon. I don't care. I want that dragon costume. That dragon costume looks amazing. But yeah, it's a medieval theme. Mm-hmm. There were drawbridges. There seems to be. And I'm happy that this game's got as done as well as it has. I've enjoyed playing it. It is playing it. Really fun.
I just wish my X button would work. That's the only thing that I have against it.
I think that's the game, not the pad.
Probably.
There's been a couple of times where it's happened to me. But they've shown some new modes. There looks like a new map for the ring points game.
Yeah, which looks like you can pull
ramps around, and there's drawbridges to pull up and down. So there's got to be douchebaggery in that.
Oh yes.
One of the new races seems to be like you've got to move stuff around to go up the battlements.
Yeah.
So there's going to be stuff doing that. It's definitely going to be. They definitely seem to be more team focused, the races now. In a sense, like the new ones, in a sense that you have to work together with people to get forward, to progress. In the same sense in Seesaw, like it's not just you rushing. It's like if a whole bunch of people behind you are douchebags and just go on the same point of that seesaw, everyone goes off.
Yeah,
like if you don't work together, you're gonna get stuck, and then you're gonna get eliminated. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for season 2. I think it's going to be in about 30 odd days now,
something like that.
So in about a month. But yeah, Fall Guys doing really well. Love it.
I've won 2.
I got 3 wins.
I've won 2.
I've got 3 wins, so I am 3 times better than the Hat Man.
Well, unless he's won one, you don't know. We don't know.
He's won at least one.
He's won at least one.
He's won at least one. What else was there? There was a little bit for Wastelanders 3.
Wastelanders 3 looks good. It's coming out on... It's out now, actually.
Yeah.
It's coming out on all platforms.
Yep.
PC, Xbox, PS4.
So, that'll be interesting. What else
It's like an XCOM-y sort of style, but it has, like, RPG elements in it, story-wise.
Ratchet. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna talk about that was on the opening, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Looks fantastic.
They actually showed like the full gameplay of what the trailer was.
Yeah.
The first reveal.
Yeah.
They showed the full gameplay of it, and
it looks great.
It ran smooth.
It looked
silky smooth.
Really, really good. The fact that they were doing the so you know where he pulled himself through the portal.
Yeah.
The fact that he was able to do that, and it like there was no judder, nothing.
Yeah, there was no yeah, it's just like flawlessly, just smoothly transitioned.
It was lovely. It looks good. It looks really, really good. Also said it's going to be out in the launch window. No exact date, but around about 3 months. The first 3 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ratchet and Clank, looking good. Looking good.
So from that we'll go on to Future Games Show, which Dave Hayter and the lass who played Mel, and her name escapes me.
It's something D.
Yeah, mind's blanking. I'm really sorry.
But
yeah, the
keep going.
Future Games Show, just like last time it was on with Nolan North and thingy.
Emily Rose.
The Metal Gear jokes and one-liners were great. David Hayter every now and then going back into Snake. Oh God, this is why I will always look at Metal Gear Solid 5 like, it's great. I still prefer previous ones because David Hayter's not the voice. It's Kiefer fucking. So, first off was Die by the Blade. Now, if anyone's played Bushido Blade, we'll be getting very much Bushido Blade fun.
Debbie May West, that's
the one. We apologise wholeheartedly. But yeah, they had a whole beginning of like where they introduced David Hayter as the Codex.
Yes.
Communication. It was brilliant. It's fantastic. But anyway, Die by the Blade is definitely a Bushido Blade inspired.
Yeah, it's a one-hit kill.
It's a one-hit kill sword fighter.
Yeah, sword fighting game. It looks alright. It's definitely Bushido Blade.
Yeah, it's definitely early in development.
I think they did say it was alpha.
Yeah,
like early alpha.
But like what they showed was really, really cool, and it's all about like judging your opponent and maybe not reacting and punishing, but waiting for the correct moment to strike.
Yes.
Like mistakes will be. If you make a mistake, that's it. You've lost.
Yeah. It's basically whoever can capitalize on the other's mistake.
Yeah.
Will probably win. It
So
looks really cool.
Really, really cool. The environments looked actually pretty good as well. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Keep an eye on. Definitely want to keep an eye on that one. There was beats per minute, which is the first-person shooter title game.
Yeah, I seriously don't care about that game. There's nothing that I see in that makes me think.
They showed first. I'm not saying I don't think we got gameplay, but like concept and like trailer art for Golem.
Yes, we got. Reactions seem to be a bit mixed with Golem.
Yeah, I'm like, well, it's interesting, but it's not something that draws me, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm in the camp that I just don't care.
Yeah,
like make the game, but I'm probably not going to buy it.
Song of Horror, which was released I think on PC, is getting a console release.
Yes, that is the sort of like
old school Resident Evil tank control.
Yeah,
survival horror. So that'll be
interesting. That's interesting.
I'm trying to think of what else was there. Small Land. Now, there's a game that's in early release, early access, which is basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, Grounded.
This is in a similar vein in the sense that you're really small people.
Yeah.
And everything around you is basically...
Yeah, you're basically... I think they said you're a nymph? Like a little elf?
Yeah, think the Borrowers.
Yeah, that's
think
basically
the Borrowers.
What you are.
You're like really tiny. You're tiny people. But like on this, basically, it's like you can build stuff, but also like you can tame the insects and animals. So you could ride an ant or a bird.
And I think a mouse. I think
there was a mouse that you could ride as well, which is like, that's kind of interesting. But that was pretty much it. It's definitely early access. I'm trying to think what else was there. Oh, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 was announced.
Yes, they announced that. It has a story mode.
Now it has a story mode. And it definitely does not have a whole bunch of anime.
Yeah. Definitely no anime in this game. I say sarcastically before somebody comes out. There's definitely anime in that game. I was being sarcastic.
Mafia Definitive Edition was shown in this as well as the opening.
Yes. The Future Game Show had a bit more of a gameplay sort of trailer.
And unlike Mafia 2, which seemed just to be a spruced up...
Basically was Dark Souls remastered.
Yeah, but
worse.
At least this one, the Mafia Definitive Edition, they've basically taken everything that they've added for Mafia 3, like all the improvements over the games, and they've put it into... Basically built the game from ground up and put like the Mafia 3 shooting into, etc., etc. So there's that. That was where we got the more detail on Leonard's Gate.
Yes.
As well. There was Monster Harvest, which had Timeview Valley vibes.
Oh, yeah. It was weird.
Yeah. Looking at what else was there.
I know there wasn't much.
No, a lot of it was very short.
A lot of it was very similar to the games.
Yeah, there was a lot of overlap. We had something else for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which there's nothing really new.
No, I think they went into the depths of the the myths.
The myth, like the side stories.
Yeah, like one of them is the Black Snook.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
What else was there? Watch Dogs Legion, which was... I'm trying to think, what did they show? I think
it was like how you recruit people.
Yeah, how you recruit people, which I think they've shown already before. There was Epic Chef. Think RPG Food Wars.
Yeah. And the guy looks like Gordon Ramsay.
Yes, he does. It's going to be interesting. Operation Tango was another game that was shown.
Yes.
Which is like a 2-player co-op, but one person is the agent and the other person is like a hacker.
Yeah. You actually have to work together to get this thing. It's like puzzles and that you need to solve.
So that looks really interesting. I'm pretty sure I mentioned there was another game I'd seen other people stream that's very similar. It's just instead of like I
would say it's
the stylized of like 1960s ish.
Yeah.
It's this other game was like more. It's like more realistic.
Yeah.
Graphically, and it's set in the 90s.
I would put this in the vein of the bomb game that's out.
Yeah. Keep talking to nobody explode.
Yeah.
Keep talking to nobody.
I would put it in the same vein.
Yeah. With a Austin Powers vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of thing. Just because it was there, You Can Pet the Dog VR.
Yes, You Can Pet the Dog VR.
You can pet the dog. You can pet the dog. 10 out of 10. Best game ever.
Automatically gets best game of the show.
What else did we get? We got some. Well, nothing really new per se. Apart from that, there was Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, but I think nothing new was shown. It was
more like what you can do, like the different factions that are going to be in the game. That you work for.
I'm pretty sure there was a lot of that was hinted at previously in previous shows. Call of the Sea. They said they were basically Cthulhu influenced.
But instead of focusing on
the horror or the madness side of it, it was just like the Cthulhu mythos sort of.
Yeah.
So that is looking kind of interesting. The style that they've gone for is very nice, very bright.
It still looks like it's going to be pretty much like
a puzzle.
It's going to be a puzzle adventure game.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Second Extinction, also known as
Left 4 Dead meets Turok.
Left 4 Dead meets Turok. I wouldn't complain.
It looks pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool. What else was that? I'm pretty much... Oh! Chris Tales was also shown.
Yes, that is the game I'm waiting for at the moment, because that's out in November.
Because we're not mentioning Marvel Avengers. Because Marvel Avengers is going to be terrible.
Well, yeah,
but Chris Tales... I loved the art style and the early trailer demos that they showed.
Yeah.
I think beginning of this year? Question mark? Maybe earlier.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole premise it's an RPG. And the whole premise is that this person you're playing as, this lass, has the ability to affect both the past, the present, and the future. And the way they do this is like it shows it like when you're changing stuff in either the three, the screen breaks into three, and you basically can see what your actions do in each part, which is really interesting. And the art style is gorgeous.
Yes.
It is beautiful. There is a lot of love, time, and effort that has been put into this game, and I'm secretly giddy in excitement waiting for
I'm waiting for this game. There's Kingdoms out next week.
Yeah.
And then there's this.
Chris Tales also, like the characters that they've introduced, that they've shown in the demo, are really interesting, and there's real like depth to them, and people already have their favorites.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. It's looking really, 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 really good. And
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's one of those games where you're worried that it's going to be a niche that doesn't do well, but then hope upon hope that it does actually do well, because this game deserves...
It deserves some love.
It deserves to do well.
Some love.
It deserves to have a nice big spotlight of like, this is how this game looks gorgeous. Please play it.
I think it's coming on everything, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I think it's coming on Switch,
PS4, Xbox,
and PC. And it looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. And the story sounds very interesting. And again, this is the thing when you go on about stories about time travel. Yeah. the best time travel stories are actually about the time travel.
Yeah, Steins Gate.
It's not a Steins Gate, Back to the Future, when it's actually focused about the cause and effect of time travel. They're the most interesting ones.
Yeah.
Unlike Doctor Who, which is basically a mechanic.
Yeah. That's fine, because Doctor Who is Doctor Who's not about
it's
time
not
travel.
about time
it's
travel.
about just the adventures that he goes on.
Yeah.
Because of time travel.
Because of time travel. Yeah, that's the difference. Which I'm just saying, like, that's why I like those stories more than...
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
Anyway, that was the feature games. I mean, we've missed a few, like Rune 2, Crash 4 was also there as well.
Crash 4, they basically showed off the deathless run.
Yeah,
rooms.
the death rooms.
Yeah. That's basically what they showed off. There wasn't really anything else to massively impact what we could say.
But yeah. Yeah, I mean...
There's some decent games coming.
There's a lot that we didn't mention because there's just too much. We'd be here for another 2 hours. I think
we've been going for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, we've been going for about an hour and a half, so yeah. Yeah, I don't think is there anything else, like, news-wise that's happened recently since last time we talked? I don't think there is. Apart from the Star Wars backlash, apart from Madden that's just being dumped out by EA because it's the last on this generation. Not
really, although I will be honest, I haven't actually looked. That's what I'm going to be doing today.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to that.
Yeah, there's a couple other things that I think that was shown yesterday that we haven't watched, and that's because really
yeah.
One thing with IGN's coverage of this.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this. Why in God's name were they doing awards for games that haven't even been released?
I can understand most anticipated. Most anticipated is perfectly fine for a preview show or preview con.
Yeah.
Or like Gamescomm, like E3, best like the most anticipated sports game, most anticipated RPG, most anticipated blah 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 blah, and then most anticipated game. Those awards perfectly fine because they're anticipated. They're not out yet. But when you go best RPG, the game isn't released yet.
Yeah.
The game may never get released.
Yeah. There's not a release date on that game. Like, I think best action game was Watch Dogs.
It's not even out yet.
Which hasn't even.
We don't even know it. What happens
best PS4 game is Cyberpunk 2077. Which my argument to that would be, one, it's not a PlayStation exclusive, and two, they're still in development. They're still developing the game. It's much further on.
It's not out yet. It's not out for another at least 2 months. Why? There was, like you say, I'm pretty sure they had that lady.
They hired that lady,
and they didn't know what to do with her.
And they didn't have anything to do, so they were like, "I know, let's just make up a lot of bloody awards, and she can present those awards." Because they had to pay her, so they might as well get her to do something.
I just didn't understand. I just didn't understand why. There was no need. It was just time that I did not. That was time that should not have been there.
Yeah.
It's like you're bloating out this show already.
The thing is, like,
it's long enough already.
The other thing is, like, they just started presenting the awards out of nowhere. They just went, and the award goes to, like, wait, what? How? When did the awards start coming in? It was baffling.
Yeah.
It was baffling. But anyway, all in all, it was a good little weekend of, like, reveal trailers and stuff like that. A little part of me, there was only one game that I was really looking, or that I kind of wanted to look at, and I was hoping to be in it, and that was Empire of Sin. Yeah. But it doesn't, I'm not really bothered that
there wasn't anything from Paradox.
Yeah. It's just because it was coming out, just because Empire of Sin's coming out on the Switch as well.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking maybe it'd be here. But it's fine that it's not. I'm not. I have no.
There was,
worries.
like I say, there wasn't anything from Paradox, and I think Paradox at the moment is basically Crusader Kings 3 mode.
Yeah.
Like, look, everything else is just on the back burner. While we just
go
ham on.
Yeah, they're doing a Square Enix, because Square Enix, that's how they're doing things now. It's like,
which is fine.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was the big thing, so they just pumped Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
And then once that got
which
released,
is what you do, because
especially
since Crusader Kings 3 is getting released tomorrow, I'm watching someone stream it before we did this. It looks amazing. You can pet a dog.
You can pet the dog.
You can pet a dog.
Automatically makes it a better game.
I know.
If you can pet a dog in a sequel and you couldn't in the original one, it automatically makes it a better game.
The stuff that's been talked about, it's like, looking forward to it.
But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this chat. Leave comments of anything that you like the look of.
Yeah, was there something that we didn't discuss that was shown that you guys liked? I know there was that one that was being made by one person, Bright Memory Infinite. I just didn't think there was anything new per se. I
didn't really see anything other than the third person view.
Yeah.
That
nothing really.
But nothing massively in there that I could be like, yes, definitely.
I mean, still, it looks really good for one person making it. So we're not dishing. I'm just saying, there was nothing extra that we could add that we haven't already said about.
On that note, we'll leave it there.
Yep.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.
Toodles, everyone.